What other things do you not believe about the sun? I just really need to know. When I react, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the one reacting just to you. When I comment, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the one commenting on you. Hey, hi, hello, then welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn Reed. Woo! And today we're gonna watch her video, Girlfriend Moving In, Health Update, Past Relationship Regret, and Mukbangs. This is a day old as of today, which is September 11th, so it's September 11th. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. Before we get any further, I would like to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's been complimenting my makeup. I appreciate that. I promise you, I promise you, I don't have face powder on. This is just what I look like under lights. And more than one of you have asked, and this is the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit mega last in, I don't know, late night. It was like $4 maybe at CVS. Wait, no, I got this. No, sorry, not CVS, Rite Aid. The LA Girl matte lipstick in black. I don't think it has a name. Nope. Oh, Raven. Excuse me. It's called Raven. This is at CVS. They carry the LA Girls stuff there. This is not very matte. It's not super shiny like the catsuit, but I wouldn't call it matte. I do have eye makeup on though, so there you go. Oh, also, my hair's not black, guys. It's red. It's still red. It's still red. But anyway, I'm just a pale, pasty bitch. I don't know what you want from me. All right, makeup stuff aside. So this is a Q&A from Amber. I think at one point she claims she does 33 questions because she's 33 and therefore, sure. So that's why we're doing that. Basically, when Amber kind of runs out of content but still wants to make videos, she does Q&As because it's simple and easy and she gets to talk about herself a lot. So it kind of feeds two different things. It feeds her ego and it also feeds the algorithm. So it keeps her active as far as the internet is concerned. So there you go. That's really all I've got to say at this point. I mean, I'll go over some stuff as we hit it within the questions, including the sun. We will discuss the sun. Oh, we will discuss the sun. The big burning ball of gas. Billions of light years away. But yeah, there you go. So, like I said, I sped her up to 1:25, so if she seems particularly animated, that's because I sped her up. Now, I guess let's get into this. Go, Amby!
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So
Hi.
Today we're gonna do a Q&A Instagram, which is where I always have you guys ask me questions because I notice that people are more willing to ask a variety of questions when it's like private versus like if I go on YouTube on my community posts and say ask questions.
AKA people are willing to ask different questions when they're not reading everybody else's question and agreeing with everyone else's questions. Is that what you're saying? Also, it's easier for me to fake the questions I want to answer when you can't see the questions, when the audience can't see the questions that are being put forward. Therefore, I can say the questions are coming from viewers when, who knows?
People will purposely ask like the harshest questions they could think of, and it's just all about who can come up with the meanest thing, and I'm just not really about that competition, so I always go to Instagram. So if you guys
I'm just not going to answer any of those questions. Again, as I said in the last video, Amber is the queen of it didn't happen, it doesn't exist.
Do not follow me on Instagram for future reference when time like this does happen. All of my social media is down in the description below. So I gathered 33 questions.
Also telling you that if you go over to Instagram and during one of her Q&A hunt and gather questionnaire things, words, she's going to ignore your question if it's too harsh. So
yes, I did. I'm 33.
No, you didn't.
3 years old, so I figured why not? Let's do it. Are you still doing cameos? Yes, I am. That's also something else you can find down in the description box. I will do a cameo for literally anything besides roasting people. I can only roast people that I know and where we have that level of like roasting friendship or relationship.
Hang on, I want to do a question count. Question count. Somebody told me that there wasn't somebody, as if, you know, I speak to people face to face on things. Anyway, 1.
I can't roast people I don't know, so that's like the only one I can't do. But besides that, I will do any cameo request. How are your kidney stone symptoms going? So I know not everyone watches.
So you will eat on camera?
Every single one of my videos. So just a little backstory. I had a little bit of blood in my urine. I was tested for a UTI 3 times and it would come back negative each time. I also started to have a little bit of pelvis pain, a little bit of flank pain, and I ended up getting a CT scan and it turns out I have a 6mm kidney stone that is not obstructing, so it's not moving. It's literally just chilling inside of my kidney. I actually have not had blood in my urine in a while, so that is a good thing. But when I do a lot of like moving and stuff, I do still have a little bit of pain, and that's normal. When you have a kidney stone, if you're doing a lot of moving, you're gonna move it around a little bit and you're gonna.
You just got done saying it doesn't move. I've never had a kidney stone. I don't know how this works. I feel like, because it's Amber, I feel like she's not right, but maybe she's not. Maybe she is right. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you want to move because it will get the kidney stone moving and therefore you will pass it. But a lot of you last time she mentioned how the size of her kidney stone were like 6mm is big. And so a lot of you were saying she might have to have surgery to have it removed. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Does she even have a kidney stone? Who knows?
I feel uncomfortable. So that is currently what I'm dealing with. I do still have my urologist appointment scheduled and ready to go. If you guys remember, that was scheduled for November and I'm not able to get anything sooner. I've tried. Who was someone you miss and wish
I do remember that.
was still in your life? Honestly, I miss my friend Alexis. I miss the friendship we used to have, and I miss the person that
now you're just somebody that I used to know.
I thought she was. But I miss the Alexis before the betrayal. Why do you keep calling your girlfriend Tommy? So I'm calling my girlfriend Tommy.
I'm with her on this one, unfortunately.
Because that is what she prefers to be called. So it's out of respect. Who are you?
Yeah, here's my thing, because somebody got in my comment section and was like, why do you guys keep calling Tommy Tommy when her name's actually Erica or something? And it's because that's the name that Tommy wants to be called. If Tommy wants to be called the Great Wizard of Oz, I mean, it doesn't hurt us to use the name the person asks to have used for them. It's kind of like pronouns. It doesn't hurt you to use the pronouns someone asks you to use for them. It's same thing with the name. So if Tommy wants us to call her Tommy, we're going to call her Tommy. The rest of y'all have nicknames for her anyway, so, you know, what difference does it make? Y'all are going to make fun of her name one way or the other. I'm sure if we called her Erica, they'd find some way to make Erica into a nickname of some kind, so.
Who are you voting for? So this is actually going to be the first year that I vote.
God, I can't wait for this year to be over with. Just please, let it end. I don't even care. I mean, I do care. I do, but we're not discussing that on this channel. However, I just want it to be over with. Just let it be over with.
And I'm voting for Kamala Harris, and I am literally so.
Kamala? Isn't it Kamala? It's Kamala, right? Not Kamala? Because this is what got me in trouble with the bagel one. It's Kamala Olives, right? Or, oh, God damn it. It's Kamala, right?
So ecstatic. If she becomes our president, I will be bawling my eyes out. Like, I genuinely love like what she stands for. Obviously, no president will ever be perfect. And I know politics, look at that cutie. I know politics isn't thoroughly something that I really want to talk about on my channel, but
you know, kind of like space. Politics is something you probably shouldn't talk about on your channel because we can question how informed you are.
I genuinely love her and I support her and I would love for her to be my president. And you don't have to agree with me. It's totally fine. Everyone can have different opinions.
Well, there you go. Both Amberlynn Reid and Taylor Swift both endorse Kamala Harris. So what could go wrong? Sorry, I had to.
Opinions on politics without like fighting in the comments, please. Let's just calm down. Have you and Tommy considered having a third in your relationship? No. She's too jealous. I'm too jealous. We're definitely monogamous people. Neither of us want to share each other at all. People say they don't like you because you're a bad person, but they make fun of your weight and body. Why do you think that is? Those people, they don't dislike me because I'm a bad person.
This was totally a question sent in by our viewer. This is totally not a question Amber made up.
They dislike me because I'm a big person and I'm an easy target. When are you going?
Okay, first off, that was too easy. And secondly, no, more than one channel, more than one time has explained to you, to your face, why people don't like you. You choose to continue to repeat that people don't like you because you're big. That is not true. If you were the same size as Eugenia Clooney, people still would not like you because you're a horrible person. Can you redeem yourself? I'm a very forgiving person. So maybe, but I know there are a lot of people that you'll just never get on the right side of. So why do you care? But to keep trying to make it about your size and about fat phobia and yada, 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 it's not like that. It's not. It's really not.
I'm going to publish a book. So if you guys don't know, I've been wanting to publish a guided journal and
oh my God,
poetry book because I used to love writing poetry, but I'm telling you guys, I haven't really been writing poetry. It's kind of like left my body. I used to be super passionate about it, but I'm still journaling every single day. I love journaling. I love guided journals. So I still would love to be able to create a guided journal for you guys. Can
you imagine a guided journal by Amberlynn Reid? I know this will never happen, but if she did make one, I might have to buy it. I did read A Life Full of Glitter, so I might have to buy the guided journal from Amberlynn Reid. Unfortunately.
I think that would be so freaking fun. It's just like the steps to doing so. I am a little confused by it. I'm not gonna lie.
So many questions. So many questions. I'm gonna let that one go. I suppose if you've never looked into actually publishing a book, it could be, you know what, I've already lost count of the questions, so I'm just gonna quit now. I guess it could be kind of confusing, but as someone who has published, I think it's confusing at first, especially getting everything set up. And then I think something like a journal, since you need to have space for the actual journaling part, the layout of the book might be kind of weird, because with like a normal novel, you just make sure that everything's indented and you've got the right font and everything's got the right spacing and all that, which is annoying, but you know, you would do that anyway, right? Journaling, I feel like, is going to be a different monster altogether. But if Amber were to pay attention and actually do research, she would know that she could go to some place like Fiverr and hire somebody to basically lay the document out for her. You know, you just send them all the information and they lay the document out for you, and then all you have to do is publish it. But that would require Amber to actually look into these kind of things.
But I really do want to make it happen because I know how many of you would love a guided journal by Amberlynn Reid, because I am journalin over here.
The weird way that she says that, not the journalin part, but the whole like love a journal by Amberlynn Reid, is just kind of like a little over the top. And I can't tell if she's actually seriously excited about, or actually seriously thinks that people are excited about getting a journal from the journal queen, or if she was just kind of being sarcastic and taking a shot at herself, because she does that a lot. She will take shots at herself. So I can't tell which one of those that was, because I can't imagine there's a ton of people who are actually sitting there salivating, waiting for a guided journal from Amberlynn Reid, because, you know, usually you want a guided journal from someone who is going to help you, right? That's the point of a guided journal, right? You're supposed to go on a self-exploration cycle, or you're trying to cope with something, or you're trying to bring in a new habit, you know, that by journaling, that kind of a thing. So like, Amber's not a great philosopher. Amber's not ever accomplished much in her life. She's not dealt with anything, like her mentals or her emotionals, none of that. She certainly doesn't know how to do a relationship. So what journaling advice what advice through guided journaling could she possibly offer? Or does she think a guided journal is just like, you know, on Tuesday, write about your favorite color. On Wednesday, write about your favorite animal. On Thursday, if you could be on a deserted island with any 3 deceased famous people, who would they be? You know, that kind of stuff. That's not... I mean, they could be journaling prompts, but like when I think of journaling, I think of something that's like helping you get to the root cause of who you are or why you're reacting to things the way that they are. I mean, I see it as a tool, a self-discovery tool, not just a brain vomit thing, which, don't get me wrong, if that's how you journal, then that's perfectly valid too, because that's also a very useful tool. Lots of people recommend doing that kind of thing. I just don't like doing it because I feel like, oh my God, I don't want to know what's up here. I ignore this part, right? Anyway, I just don't see I don't see what she could offer as a guided part of her guided journal, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
When you go back to therapy, will you share that journey with us? I think a lot of us would love that. I am sure that when I start therapy, I will definitely tell you guys about it. I remember last time I did like intensive therapy, I came on here and I would share that with you guys.
I suppose, yes. Wasn't there something about having to write a letter or something?
And I got really open, and a lot of people hated that, which I thought was weird because it was also very highly requested.
Very highly requested. I thought that was weird. No, Amber, people were questioning if you were actually going to therapy because the stuff that you said you were doing with your therapist didn't really sound like things you would do in therapy. It sounded like things that you would find a guided journal prompt for to help you deal with or get to the root cause of something. Everyone questioned if you were actually going to therapy. They weren't questioning if you were sharing. They weren't questioning the things you were sharing with us. Because, also, to be perfectly frank, if Amber goes back to therapy, I don't think she should share any of that. I think therapy is a very personal thing. I mean, it's cool if she goes to therapy, and I would like to know that she's going to therapy. I don't need to know what she's talking to her therapist about. I don't need to know what her sessions are about. I don't need to know any of that. And I don't think anybody needs to know any of that. I think you and your therapist are the only 2 people who should know what's happening inside of that therapy room, right? That's the whole point of therapy. So when and if she ever does go back to therapy, I need her to say, hey, I'm in therapy. I don't need to know anything else, honestly, because I don't think that's information that anybody needs to have except for her and her therapist.
It's just a really good example that like no matter what I do, it's always like the wrong thing. And
hey, Politics Lynn here. She goes from a question about how, or if you go back to therapy, will you share that journey with us? Because I think that would be helpful to people. And she has morphed that question into, see, this is how I can't do anything right. And people are going to pick on me no matter what I do. Like, that is a very nice political move there. That was a nice dodge.
The wrong option. So I'm just going to do me, and however I feel in the moment is probably what I will do. And a lot of people think that I'm super indecisive, which I
because you are?
Definitely am a very indecisive person. I change my mind
The only person more indecisive than you that I have seen is Foodie.
A lot. And I think a really big reason for that as well is because I get so many different like conflicting opinions. So then I try to take those into consideration, and then it makes me more indecisive. So
I like how she tries to shift the blame from her not being able to stay focused on something and complete something to the reason for that being the audience confuses her and the audience gives her conflicting information. But that's after she just got done saying, I'm the only opinion that matters to me. So if you're the only opinion that matters to you, how is your audience causing you conflict? Shouldn't you be like, nah, I'm good? I mean, which is it, Amber? Are you easily swayed by your audience, or are you hardcore, you're right and you're the only one right? I think personally, you think you're right all the time, but this is a convenient excuse for all of the times that you've let the ball drop because it got too hard, you literally forgot, it's no fun anymore, you like the planning process more than you like the execution of it, you know, your cycle.
So it's like, what the heck? So that's why a lot of the time I'm kind of just like go with the flow, and it's however I'm feeling at the moment is what I will do. Do you trust Tommy? I know that you have trust issues with people. I never fully trust anybody. That is just how it's always been for me. I fully believe that you earn someone's trust. You don't just trust someone right off the bat and hope they don't break that.
as someone with trust issues, I tend to do the whole, like, I'm going to make myself trust you until you F up, and then you've F'd up. That's kind of how I take things. Like, I'm choosing to trust you, fully understanding that you might not be trustworthy, but until you prove to me that you're not trustworthy, we're just gonna go with the trusting you part. Like, I've just found that seems to be a better way of navigating life and relationships, because people will eventually show you their true colors. It will happen. But yeah, and has it bit me in the ass? Oh, many, many, many times. Have I learned my lesson? Not really. I just feel like it's just a more positive way of looking at life than going through life waiting for everybody to turn on you, you know? If you see every person as a potential adversary, I feel like it's not, because I used to do that. But, and it's not a great way to do it. But if you look at everybody as a potential ally, you know, some people turn out to be really good people and some people don't.
I have been through a lot in my life, and in my childhood, I learned very early that you cannot trust people. And I learned that at a very young age, that most people shouldn't have to like experience that. But I do feel like everything I've been through has made me stronger, and it has made me realize that like you can't fully trust people. But I trust Tom.
I mean, to be fair, the most recent times she's gotten kind of screwed over here, I can understand why she chooses not to trust people. Especially people on the internet.
On me more than I have trusted anybody probably my whole life.
Bullshit. I don't know if you've said these exact same words verbatim, but I'm almost positive you were saying the same shit about wifey, and I don't know if Valentine was around long enough for that, but also, like, I'm pretty sure you were on the same tune with Beck. I wasn't around for the, god damn it, Destiny era. I do my best to forget her name, and I don't know why.
And that feeling has come natural. It hasn't even like been something that like I've had to work on fully. Of course, I've had to work on my trust with literally everyone, including Tommy. But like the level of where I do trust her, that has come natural for me, and it has actually shocked me.
Because Tommy is perfect, and they have a calm and gentle, demure love. Very demure, very, very gentle love.
Are you doing Vlogmas this year? Honestly, I have no earthly idea. I go back and forth. It was a strong no, and then I was like, you know what, let's do it. And now I'm currently at like, I don't know. Where'd the nickname Ambi?
Depends on how much money she has by the end of the year. Am I gonna do Vlogmas? Oh man, was I gonna do Vlogtober? Vlogtober's rough for me because like October is my birth month, and I basically just like literally the entire month is my birthday, and I'm sorry if that seems like grandiose, but it is what it is, and I will not be judged. But also I've got a friend whose birthday is in October this year, and I've got an anniversary that comes up in October this year, so this year's gonna be like really busy for October. And you know I don't vlog well to begin with, so I'm just like, I don't know, man. So I don't know. I don't even know what I could commit to. And then, you know, December and all that. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess you can let me know in the comments section down below. Again, it is September. I should probably decide if I'm going to do Vlogtober or not. Let me know if you guys would even be vaguely interested in that. Like slice of life vlogs and not just me reacting to things vlogs.
Come from. So it originated when I was just a little girl. I'm talking like a baby. Both my parents would call me Ambies, and my mom would call me Ambi here and there. And then I've had two people in my life call me Ambi just like naturally by themselves. My ex Feline, and then my ex-best friend Alexis. And
I don't know why, but the song, oh Black Betty, Ambi Bambi Bam. I think it was like completely irrelevant. Like, it doesn't even work, and yet it's stuck in my head.
And I've realized I actually low-key love that. I love the nickname so much that I made it my Instagram, and I'm kind of feeling it. Like,
if you loved that nickname so much, and it's been a nickname that you've had since you were a child, a wee, just to my knee child, why are you just now changing your Instagram name to Oh Ambi?
Like Amberlynn who? So I've also noticed that a lot of people are calling me Ambi now, and I love it, low-key. I think it's super adorable.
Hater Nation has called you Ambi as long as I have been aware of Hater Nation existing, so when you say you notice a lot of people call you that, I don't think it's the compliment you seem to think it is. Now, maybe she's just trying to take it back. More power to her, but...
Like, it comes from literally just when I was like knee-high to a grasshopper. What was that? What
you being stupid.
What is your current obsession? Well, besides my girlfriend. the song Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan, I cannot stop. I literally cannot stop listening to it. It's kind of sick. It's kind of gross. It's kind of disgusting. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I love the meaning behind it, and like, I love how she sounds. I just love everything. Like, it is the most perfect song. I'm obsessed.
I have no idea what she's talking about, but the way she described it just kind of makes me cringe inside internally. I don't know, what's the song you've been obsessed over lately? What song have I been obsessed over lately? Okay, don't judge. Here Comes the Hot Stepper by Ini Kamoze. It's an old song. But that played on the radio the other day, and I was like, oh yeah! I remember that song, and I have played that multiple times over the past week, so I guess that's as close to being obsessed to a song as I've gotten. But...
Have you fully forgave your mother for her actions while she was deep in her addiction? Yes, I have. Do those things still hurt me sometimes? Yes. But you can forgive and you can heal and you can still be a human with feelings and emotions. That's completely normal. I'm not a robot. But it's like, I think it's time to move on. Like, I'm 33 years old. My mom and I still have those deep discussions sometimes about the past, but I've always loved my mom unconditionally and sometimes to a fault, I'm not gonna lie. So now that she's almost 9 years sober and she has completely transformed her life and we have a relationship together, like, if I didn't fully forgive her, it would only be hurting the both of us. Is Tommy moving to Oklahoma? No, she isn't. I know a lot of people are assuming that, but nope, she's not. Do you think the sun is...
My only thing with that clip is... every freaking time Amber has moved or someone has moved in with her, she has gone on the denial train. Nope, that's not happening. Nope, that's not happening. No, it's not. And then, like, however long later, when it actually happens, she's like, like she was being clever or something. So it's unfortunately to the point now when she says, no, she's not, I'm like, oh, so she is. It's just a matter of time. So this could be one of those situations where Amber's telling the truth and Tommy is not going to be moving to Oklahoma. But since Amber said Tommy's not moving to Oklahoma, I just assume Tommy's going to be moving to Oklahoma. I know it's stupid, but there it is.
Because it is so bright, it doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry, but this question genuinely made me LOL when I first read it.
Hang on, I think this is the sun.
A lot of people are assuming that, but nope, she's not. Do you think the sun is real? Because it is so bright, it doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry, but this question genuinely made me LOL when I first read it.
Can you just say laugh? You are not a 12-year-old. I don't even think 12-year-olds say LOL anymore instead of just made me laugh. Matter of fact, I think they have something else that they say these days. Kids and their slang! But could you just stop doing that? You sound ignorant. And it bothers me.
Because you guys, like, hate Conspiracy Lynn, which I understand.
Oh no. I love Conspiracy Lynn. I want to see nonstop Conspiracy Lynn. I'm in love with Conspiracy Lynn, so bring it. I'm here for Conspiracy Lynn.
I just like to think outside of the box sometimes, you know?
That's not thinking outside of the box, but go ahead.
And I'm a firm believer that, like, just because you're taught something in school and you're told something doesn't mean it's real.
I mean, God forbid anyone with any kind of knowledge or authority in any particular topic tell you something, because obviously that means they're wrong. But go on.
And I know that's hectic to a lot of people. That's fine.
It's not hectic. It's just straight stupid. But go ahead.
But, like, the moon landing did not happen. Like, I firmly feel that, like, inside of my soul.
I'm so glad your soul gets confirmed for you that the moon landing did not occur. Notice, if you will please, she's dodging the question of if the sun is real or not. Also, if you weren't here for the last meltdown, Amber doesn't believe the moon landing happened because Amber doesn't believe the moon is real. Ergo, the moon landing could not have happened. There is no moon. So, she has never mentioned what is that thing in the sky at night. These are the conversations I need to have with Amber. If it's not an actual thing, what is in the sky at night that has been there for millions of years? Go on.
So it's fun to also be like, what else isn't true?
I don't know, Amber. Tell me what your soul tells you is not correct.
Do I think the sun is real? Yes, because we see it, we feel it.
Okay, so the sun is real because you can see it, but the moon is not, even though you can see it. Okay?
But do I think that every single thing that they have told us about it is 100% accurate? No.
So which parts don't you agree with? I need to know these things. I'm almost positive she's a geocentrist, so I'm sure that's one of the things. I'm pretty sure she doesn't believe we go around the sun. I'm pretty sure she believes the sun goes around us. So there is that, but what are the other things? Like, is it not a ball of gas? It's obviously not the center of the universe, but what other things do you not believe about the sun? I just really need to know. I'm not letting this go. I need to know. Okay. Just so you all know, just to recap. The sun is real because we can see it and we can feel it. The moon is not real, even though we can see it. I guess we can't feel it, ergo it is not real. And therefore, since the moon is not real, I don't know what the thing in the sky at night is. Because the moon is not real, the moon landing never happened because there's no moon to land on. And the things that they, whoever they are, the hearsay experts for you, whoever they are not correct about the sun. There are things that they are wrong about the sun. And I am almost positive one of those things for her is that the sun is not the center of the universe, that the sun goes around us, not us going around the sun. She is a geocentrist. So is the earth hollow? I need to know this. Is the earth hollow, Amber? Is there a hidden world inside the center of the earth where the dinosaurs are still alive? I need to know. Are lizard people living underneath the Capitol, the United States Capitol? Do lizard people live underneath the White House? I need to know these things.
No, I don't. What's your go-to cocktail when you're with Tommy? And is that the reason why you're drinking again? So first of all, no, Tommy isn't a drinker. I think we just drink socially. We just have a couple drinks together because it's fun. We like to go to the bar, listen to music, hang out. But my
you know, you can go to the bar and not drink. I mean, they have non-alcoholic beverages at the bar. I used to do that. I don't drink. And I used to go to the clubs all the time. And I still never drank.
go-to for some reason is Sex on the Beach. And I'm drawing a blank of what
I just like it because it's called Sex on the Beach.
she always orders. Oh my gosh. Is it a Long Island? Oh no.
Long Island iced tea. My dad used to like those. That and a Mai Tai.
I literally do not remember, but I do know that I've also ordered it and it tastes really good. I'm not remembering what it's called. When did you and Tommy make it official? So this is going to be off the chain to some.
This is something that people are going to have to do the time check on because I lost track. I lost track of the timeline a while ago, but this date that she gives us, I feel like is really a weird and damning date.
Some of y'all, but she first messaged me on June 18th and we became official on June 26th. Literally like 8 days later, we became official. When you know, you know. What can I say? Have you been reading lately? No, I haven't. I'm still in such a reading slump, but I really, really want to choose a book off of my bookshelf and just like open it up. Just read the freaking first page, Amberlynn.
Then do it. What else are you going to do today?
What's your ideal engagement ring look like? So if I can find any photos just like online or whatever, I'll plop them up right here. But I really
Since when?
want like something that isn't the norm. I really like the color black. So I think like a black diamond or a black stone of some sort would be a big yes for me.
Considering what a connoisseur she is of fine jewelry, you could probably just get some black glass, cut it down, and present it to her.
genuinely, like at my core, I feel like that's so me. Would you get a tattoo with Tommy? Yeah, I would. It would be
She's a hardcore goth girl, you guys.
my first tattoo, but yeah, I would totally do that. How are you doing with regulating your emotions? Because I know that's something you were working on. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely getting better. I'm learning more like what my triggers are, and I have created like journaling prompts specifically for moments where I need to regulate myself or become more rational. Like I said before, like I know a lot of you don't watch every single one of my videos, but if you don't know, I do have
Oh, I do.
BPD. So that makes it really hard sometimes for me to regulate my emotions. And something else that like I have come to terms with is like I have zero emotional permanence, which honestly makes things even harder. And
Somebody's been learning psychology words on TikTok again.
that's probably like one of my biggest triggers I've realized recently. So I noticed by like creating these journal prompts, whenever I feel like triggered or like I like to call it like BPD moments or BPD freakouts.
I like to call them that. I like to call it performing.
The lack of a better term, whenever I'm about to have that, I go straight to those journal prompts. And this is something new that I've recently started because it's like being with Tommy, it's like
I did have a couple people comment in the last time she went on about her BPD, about her, what was it, her BPD flare-up? Her BPD flare-up, and I was just like, oh, I didn't realize it was like sinuses. A couple people mentioned that like that's kind of the point of BPD, is you don't know it's happening in the moment. So this talk that she has about when I feel like I'm going to have a BPD freakout, I go journal. So that implies that you can feel or you're aware that the event is going to occur. So you have some way of cutting it off at the knees, right? Which is journaling, apparently. From my understanding, you don't actually get that warning. It's not like a migraine where you get some people get an aura, or those people smell a certain thing, or a lot of times migraines come with some kind of like precursor. Not all the times, but sometimes. So like then you can be like, oh shit, I'm seeing auras. The lights are doing the weird thing. I smell toast. You know, you have a warning. So you have like this much time to go maybe possibly do something about it. From my understanding with the BPD, it's not like that. So where is this coming from? Is she just like such an advanced, enlightened person with BPD that she knows her every waking emotion, and ergo she is capable of like navigating that because it's Amber and she's just that awesome? Or is she just making shit up? Okay, because it feels like she's just making shit up. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, she 100% has like, you know, like traits of BPD. And I'm not saying she doesn't have BPD, because she has claimed to be diagnosed with it. The problem is, whether she has it or not, she's completely untreated. She has no intention of going to get treatment. And she 100% uses it as a shield and an excuse anytime she does something that the audience doesn't like. Or whenever she's in a relationship like she is with Tommy and she doesn't get her way. It's not Amber throwing a fit because she's a giant toddler. It's, oh, my BPD is flaring up. I can't help it. I have to be a super uber mega bitch to you because my BPD. And I'm just, that's another thing people are telling me is like, it's not like that. And I don't know. I can liken it to other problems that I have that are not BPD. And it's like a depression cycle. You don't always know that's coming on until like sometimes you're in the middle of it and you're like, oh shit. You know, it's not like you don't always know that it's happening, because if it did, you would be able to cut it off and maybe not be depressed, right? That's the theory. I just don't understand how this works. I don't think it does. I think she's full of shit. But that's my personal opinion on the matter.
I've never wanted to improve so much with my BPD, like until now. Like,
you didn't even know you had it until you moved to Oklahoma.
She genuinely makes me want to be a better person. And I have felt that in our relationships. I feel like that's important to feel when you're in a relationship. Like, I hope the person that you're with makes you want to become a better person.
I'm conflicted. I know there are some people that when they get into a relationship, they feel like being a better person because they have someone in their life to do things with or share life experiences with. But I don't think you should be out there looking for someone who's going to make you want to improve yourself, because I don't think that's a long-term solution. I'm also trying to like think of all of my past relationships and like, not to be like mean or anything, but I've not been with anybody. I didn't get with somebody because I was like, oh, if I date you, I'll want to be a better version of myself. You know, I've dated people because I liked them and we had similar interests and we had fun when we hung out with each other, and other things that I won't go into because this is not that type of a channel, but you get my drift, I hope. But I've never looked at a potential partner and been like, oh, you're my inspiration to be a better person. Have I had friends or made acquaintances where I'm like, wow, you're really cool, I would like to also be cool like you, maybe we should hang out and it might rub off? Yes, I've done that. You know, I've had those kind of relationships. But like my personal relationships, my long-term personal relationships, no, I've never done that. No, I've never done that. And I don't think that's healthy. I feel like that's putting too much pressure onto your partner. And it's also creating like a fantasy partner in your head, you know, some kind of like, I don't know, putting them on a pedestal, whether they're aware you've put them on the pedestal or not, which just means it creates too many opportunities for them to be a normal person and F up in your head because you've made them this like unobtainable reality. I just think it's unhealthy, but that's my personal opinion on that.
But it's like the fact that I am like actually actively not only just like wanting to become a better person, but I'm like taking the steps to do so. Like that just like, I don't know, it makes my heart feel nice and warm and fuzzy. So
I still say you should be doing that because you want to improve, not because you want to improve for somebody else. It's kind of like weight loss. You shouldn't be losing weight for someone else. You should be losing weight for yourself. Because if you're not ready to lose weight, you're not going to lose weight. Same thing here. If you're not ready to improve yourself and make yourself a better person, it's not going to happen. I don't care how many people you're like, oh, I want to impress that person. It doesn't matter. It's just not going to work.
So anyways, these journal prompts have actually helped me. I have stepped away from journaling after doing these prompts, and I'm like, wow, I feel lighter. I feel better. I'm no longer freaking out, and I am now finally able to be rational and aware.
Okay, so it really is that Amber is just super special, and she doesn't need help because much like Dr. Lynn, she's perfectly capable of diagnosing and curing herself in any given moment. Therefore, we should all go pick up her guided journal.
I know there's actually a lot of people who also suffer with BPD who is watching me, or people who probably just have issues regulating themselves, etc., etc.
And not a single one of you should be looking at Amber for guidance.
So if you guys are interested in seeing the prompts and like kind of the process that I go through during a moment like that, I would honestly love nothing more than to share that with you guys, because I really do think that it could be helpful.
I don't think it could be helpful in the way she thinks it's supposed to be helpful. Like, she's nobody's hero, and that's what she's shooting for here. I want to be your hero, so tell me how let me show you the thing that makes me special so that you will go, wow, Amber, you're my hero. That's what she's expecting. I would like to see it just because, A, I think it's bullshit, and I think she's completely making crap up. And B, I think if she did walk us all through it, I think it would reveal a lot about how Amber thinks and actually deals with her issues. Again, I think it's all bullshit anyway, so she would just be making it up on the fly. But would I like to see it? Yes, I would, actually.
Before anyone says anything, yes, I need to go to therapy. I understand I'm not a therapist. I'm not giving advice. I'm strictly just like...
You're totally giving advice.
Showing something that helps me that I feel like could help you. Will you ever do mukbangs again?
That's giving advice. That's like the definition of giving advice.
I have flirted with the idea, I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I don't want to vlog. There are times where I don't want to show what is going on in my personal life. I do have a job I have to do, and that's creating content. So my brain does go to, maybe I should just throw up a mukbang.
Just do it. I've said this forever now. You want to be a mukbang channel. You've always wanted to be a mukbang channel. You want to eat on camera without repercussions. And now you've got a girlfriend that doesn't care that you eat. As a matter of fact, seems to enjoy that you like to eat on camera. You like to eye bang yourself while you're eating anyway, so just do it. Who cares what the rest of us think? You're clearly not here to improve your health, so why keep pretending like you are? Do the mukbangs. You'll make so much more money. And why do you care what we think?
So I'm not gonna lie, that is thoughts that I've had for a while now, maybe since like February or March. So the fact that I have not done one, I'm very proud of that, because mukbangs are easy. They're easy to do, they're easy to film. You're gonna eat anyways, throw it up and call it a day, make some money. Are you interested in buying property? I would love to buy a house one day, but that's such like a big commitment. And
what a weird question.
And it's like, you guys have seen, I have not like stayed in one state. I have moved around so much. I have lived in so many different states, and it's like, where would I buy the house? Am I gonna be in that state forever? Like, it's just like such a huge commitment. Plus I'm like super picky. The house would have to be like
wheelchair accessible.
My idea of perfect, because it's like, it's mine, I own it. But the thought of like owning my own house would be like my little baby, and I could do whatever I want to it. Like, that's pretty exciting. So
it would be like my little baby, and I could do whatever I want to it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why she should not have children.
So it's up in the air. I don't really know at this moment. What is your biggest regret from each of your relationships? Definitely having undiagnosed BPD, and definitely not understanding the reason why I was the way I was. Not getting help sooner.
Not being able to blame my BPD, my bad relationships and my bad behavior and my abusive behavior towards my partners. Not being able to blame that on my BPD. That's my greatest regret.
It takes two to tango in most relationships, but like, I am
those bitches deserved it. Seriously, Amber?
Fully aware and taking accountability of like, it was probably hard being in a relationship with me in the past, because I had a lot of baggage, a lot of heaviness. And undiagnosed BPD, it's scary, it's overwhelming, it's consuming, and it's not just for the person experiencing it, but it's also for the people around them. And it's like, I have a lot of regret towards that, like 100,000,000%. And I would do anything to like be able to go back in time, because I genuinely think it would have prevented 99% of my problems that were caused by me.
Even if you were diagnosed earlier, you didn't get any kind of help. The few times that you went to a doctor and got help, you stopped taking the medication and you stopped going to the doctor. So what would have been different? You just would have been able to blame BPD sooner for your shitty behavior? That's the only thing that would have changed.
How do you cope with a long distance relationship? It's hard, but we do make a lot of time for each other, and I'm very grateful for that. Like, Tommy puts as much energy in me as I put in her. And I feel like that's super freaking important, because I know how it feels to be, you know, in a relationship with someone, or like in a situationship with someone where it's like, you're putting all this energy and all this time and this attention into them. It's like, they're not giving it back. It's awkward.
Like every other one of my relationships, they so didn't appreciate me and my undiagnosed BPD.
It's painful. It's like, do they even like me? Like, what?
No, they don't. If you're talking about Valentine, no.
Two energies are just like so similar, just like what you want in a relationship and like what you give in a relationship, and like the give and take is like very balanced. I think it makes any relationship just a lot easier, whether it's long distance or not. How many pets have you had?
I think by having a long-term, long-distance relationship, it keeps Amber in the honeymoon phase longer, in that phase that she is when she begins a relationship, where she's trying to perform being the good girlfriend, right? I think a long-distance relationship keeps her in that mindset longer, because they're not living with her yet, or vice versa. So she doesn't have control of them 24/7 yet. So she still has to keep them interested in her, right? Because as soon as the girlfriends move in, there's usually about, I don't know, 6 to 9 months where she's still the best girlfriend ever. And then she, you know, then the snide talk starts, the down talking and the blaming and the throwing you under the bus talk starts. And then it just progresses from there. So I think by Tommy not moving in, I think it keeps Amber in the, you know, oh yeah, babe, I totally care about your feelings and emotions and opinions on things. And she's still trying to be cute and still trying to be desirable to Tommy, because she hasn't locked Tommy in yet, right? So that's what I think is happening there.
as an adult so far. I've had 4: Wasabi, Twinkie, Rarity, and Jax. And unfortunately, Jax passed away. If you guys remember Jax, then you have definitely been around for a long time. I think about him all the time and I miss him dearly. If you could only listen to one artist for
Why have we never heard you talk about Jax until right now?
the rest of your life,
I mean, I know who Jax is. My point is if she thinks about him all the time and she misses him dearly, why is this literally the first time I've heard you talk about him since the Mr. Snowflake episode where he was talking about you living with Crystal?
who would it be? So I know a lot of people are gonna think I'm either gonna say Billie Eilish or Miley Cyrus, but no. Billie Eilish is my second choice, but honestly, my first choice is Banks. If you guys know me through and through, Banks is just like everything. Her music is just like magic to me. And she has been flirting on social media with a new song. And I'm just like,
oh my God.
Hurry it up. Let's like get a new album out because I'm ready to have that on repeat, like on the constant. If you guys have not listened to Banks before, do it. Like do it now, please. Like you can pause this video. It's fine.
The more you recommend something, the less likely I am to go do it because it's you.
Or actually finish
It could be the cure for cancer.
the video first and then go do that. What's something you really want to do with Tommy? I would love to like go on a vacation with her. Maybe like a little cabin, like a cabin in the mountains or something. That sounds like cute, fun, and fresh.
Amberlynn. Seriously. Can you see Amber camping? Cabin camping, no less. I would love to see her primitive camp. That would be amazing. I would just, that first time she gets that late night snack and there's Jack all around her, that'd be great.
Low-key just sounds so cozy. Like I could do anything with her and have the time of my life. That is something me and her like agree on. Like we could literally just be sitting next to each other.
That wasn't the question. The question is, what would you like to do with her?
And it's the best time we've ever had, like ever in our life. Will you be visiting Tommy or is that off the table? I don't really know.
I think I'm being clever. Nah.
What's one thing you noticed about Tommy that made you realize you were
Amber's gonna get on a plane. I'm waiting. I want to see this shit.
in love? Y'all, there are thousands of things that made me realize this. Not gonna lie to you. So I'm just gonna like go on my little list of reasons and randomly pick one. It's the way that she cares about me. The way that like, if I just have like, oh, I have a little tummy ache, or oh, I have like a tiny little headache, like the way that she like worries and like cares about me and like shows that is so, ugh.
How does she show that? She's in Wisconsin. You're in Oklahoma. It's not like she's there with you to take care of you if you were actually sick or actually injured or actually recovering from surgery. Right? She's not giving you injections that you refuse to give to yourself. She's not making sure your medications are there. She's not walking your dogs for you, you know? Okay? She's not taking you to the doctor. So what is she doing that shows you she cares? Because, like, actions speak louder than words, I guess. But for you, I guess not.
It's just so gentle and sweet and kind. And I'm not used to that. I'm not gonna lie. Like one of the days she was here, like we walked a lot and my feet were hurting and just automatically she's like, let me massage your feet. And I'm like, this is new. Like, I'm just not used to that, like that type of care. And it's just like, oh, like someone.
You really expect us to sit here and believe this? Really? You really expect us to sit here and pretend like your last 4 relationships didn't happen? Really? Amber, stop. Just stop. This is gaslighting.
Someone who matches my energy because I'm the same way. Like the minute she feels some type of way, I'm just like, are you okay? Oh my.
Babe, did you take your medicine? Because you're acting like you didn't take your medicine. You should go take your medicine. Oh, babe, your mouth feels bad because you just had your teeth ripped out of your head. Well, you should go make yourself something to eat. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Babe, you're a walking zombie because your medications are out of whack. Yeah, but I still need to go to Walmart at 3 a.m. Huh, you're the same way with Tommy the way she's with you? Like you would stop everything to give Tommy a foot rub? When have you demonstrated this with any of your past girlfriends?
Oh my God, do you need like me to help with that? Or like, we just like worry and care in the same way. Like, again, it's just like our...
By putting yourselves above the welfare of your partner? You both do that? That's going to be a very interesting relationship.
energies are matching even in that way. That's just like one thing out of like thousands. Like, ugh, she's just so sweet. How long do you think the honeymoon phase will last in your relationship? So just based on like experience, but also based on other people's real life stories, sometimes the honeymoon phase never stops. So the
yours lasts about 6 to 9 months, depending on how soon they move in with you.
last question. You get dinner with 5 people, dead or alive. Who are you inviting? So I'm inviting Tommy, obviously.
Obvious.
I'm inviting my grandma, Judy. She passed away when I was 12, but she was my heart, my soul, my everything. She was my mom when my mom couldn't be my mom. I miss her so much, and there's so much I want to tell her and ask her, and just, ugh, I'd give anything to do that. Billie Eilish, Brittany Murphy, last but not least.
Her knuckles are getting really dark again. Really dark again. Granted, I got a lot of light on my hand. Let's do this one. Nope. Her knuckles are getting really dark again.
Drew Barrymore. Anyways, so those are the 33 questions. And now that I have sat here and answered them all, I didn't realize how many of you asked questions about Tommy and how many of them I actually jotted down. Wow, this is almost 40 minutes. That's hectic. So I'm gonna need to edit this down a lot so you guys aren't sitting there listening to me ramble like nonsense.
Why? You do like 2.5, 3 hour lives. What would be different?
But I hope that you guys did enjoy this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Bye. Anyway, I think I pretty much said everything I was going to say in the moment. So there's really nothing to recap here. The questions were a little all over the place, a little bit. Lots of questions about Tommy. She is dodging the larger questions that I'm sure everyone wants to know, like, is Tommy a feeder? What about Tommy being on feeder pages? What are you gonna do? Does Tommy encourage you to eat? Yada, yada, yada. I'm sure she dodged all of those questions because, again, it never happened. Some of the other questions were just, I mean, thank God there were no questions about her fucking sex life this time. But the question about, like, have you ever thought about owning land? Okay. I mean, it's not like, it's just odd. It's not like bad, it's just odd. Oh, the question about, why do people hate on you? They say they hate on you because you're a bad person, but really they just come for you because you're fat. That totally wasn't the question that Amber put in there herself. Amber. Otherwise, yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. This is just another one of her Q&As, another one of her ways to like talk about herself and make herself feel good and stroke her own ego and all of that good stuff. So that's what we got. So there you go. I guess if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a dinosaur down in the comments section because our girl likes dinosaurs apparently. So yeah, there's your emoji. Put a dinosaur down in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. I think I asked a few questions as we went through the Q&As. So if you feel like answering those, by all means. And yeah, that's all I've got. So I will see everybody in the next one. Thank you again to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. Thank you to everybody who's supporting the channel. Thank you for the thumbs up. And again, this is Wet n Wild Mega Lass Liquid Catsuit in late night. It's not Mega Lass though. You see how much it's faded since the beginning of the video. So anyway, see everybody in the next one. Bye. And I would react 5,000 hours and I'd react 5,000 more just to be the one reacting on your video and uploading commentary. Na 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 na.